Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, the Managerial Outcomes channel, a channel that has little Geneva oversight and a lot of fun going for it. This is a channel for my enjoyers of all things a little bit more random. So today we're going over this Niemoller rig, and it's going to be in the 3-2 Battalion camo. So all the controversy aside, I know that the interest in South Africa garnishes a slew of edginess and a little bit of diciness, but to be honest, I don't care, because from a military standpoint, the war in South Africa and Angola, that border war is the largest war in Africa since World War II. So it is very interesting from a military history aspect. So that's why we're going over it, because this is a cool piece of kit. I got this kit from my friends over at Misty Mountain Supply. So plan for this, we're gonna go over it real quick, mainly because it's a interest of mine. I remember using this rig in the chopped RPD video. Now having my own rig to use, it is a treat, because I think this is not only a cool rig, but it's a very interesting rig in itself, and it is part of the development of gear, right? The South Africans, to their credit, I mean, they had a lot of controversy, apartheid and all that, not a good look, but to their credit, they have some really interesting nylon coming out of that conflict that is ahead of its time. We think of the Pattern 83 system, and then they would develop something like this with a Niemoller rig. It was designed by a gentleman with the name Niemoller. I'm totally spacing on his first name. Please just asterisk in his name for me real quick. It was designed by that gentleman, and the goal was that it would be a sanitized piece of equipment, so during their no-no missions crossing into different countries, the South Africans could have a level of plausible deniability if they were killed in that conflict. And that's a little bit of the mindset behind it, right? Before we dive into the pouches and pockets, I wanted to talk about my experience with the rig real quick, because I do think that is important. I think that's a nice little detail. Not only do I have experience in one video, I ran this at a scoped carbine course, so I was running an AR-10 platform, and it fits AR-10 mags. I know I'm jumping the gun, but it fits them rather nicely. So I also ran it in the Jackal video, and I actually like this rig a lot. I could see myself wanting a more modern developed version of this. It is lacking in some aspects, and I think it is dated in some, but I still think it is a really cool rig. Fun fact, I actually filmed this video already, but we lost that footage. So this is my second attempt to film. You know what they say? Colton, what do they say? Small world. You're fired for losing the footage. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. Accidents happen. When you film YouTube videos this long, you're bound to lose some footage. So without further ado, now I'll finally dive into the rig. Working left to right, we have this front little admin pouch. I use it for a little notebook. I'll use it for maybe pens, admin stuff. Admin stuff, wrong channel, buddy. Managerial stuff. Next, we have this more GP pouch. The GP pouch can fit a general allotment of things. I used it for the course for some binos. So just stuck my Vortex binos in there real quick, and she was good to go. All right, moving over to this kidney pouch on the left side, we have a double magazine pouch where I put 2 AR mags. Now, I believe it was more expected they'd be either running AK mags or Galil mags, which are longer than your standard AR mags. To make these AR mags fit better in the pouch, I stuffed a singular sock down in there so it could help prop up the mags. That's just something I personally did. Otherwise, you'd have to fish them out. And if you're doing that, I highly recommend some Ranger pull tabs of the retro era. Make it nice and skinny. As much as I do love the mag pull tabs, they make the mags fatter. So that's what I would personally recommend. Hey, if you get this rig and you want to do whatever you want, you can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. All right, next we get to move to the kidney pouch. Now the kidney pouch themselves are very cool, and that's one reason I love this rig, because to me, this offers a lot of versatility. So I think this rig would be a cool machine gunner rig. Now keep in mind, I'm speaking from a place of I don't know what I don't know if that's the case, but that's what I used it for the RPD video, because it has these 2 huge kidney pouches, so I could take belt-fed ammo and I could jump it in there and it could hold a lot in a nice, well-displaced area. But for the sake of the course, what I did is I took out the SADF 2-liter bottle and I just used it to hold all my AR-10 mags that I was using for the scope course. So it worked well in that aspect. I didn't run out of ammo unless I was just burning it down for funsies, and it worked rather nicely for that course. So that's why I picked this rig. I had a more modern Spiritus Thing 2 rig, which I like, and I did a video on it, and go watch. I think that rig's awesome, but I was trying to use it with the AR-10 mags. I was just having some issue finding my inserts. It wasn't holding enough stuff, holding enough mags. I thought, well, I held 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AR-10 mags in this one pouch alone. I forgot to mention, but there are flaps on the kidney pouches, so you can get access to the inside of them. You can maybe, if you want to use it as a dumb pouch, or maybe whatever else you want, you have access without having to unbuckle them. I think that's pretty cool. I do like that you can cinch them down to make them nice and tight to help reduce with rattling. So if you're sneaking up on people in the bush, you know. And then I have another GP pouch right here where it was holding my microfiber cloth. I was having some issues with the gun I was using. Hint, hint, go subscribe to the main channel if you're not. I don't know why you wouldn't be if you're here. It's kind of weird. Wow, this guy's really good at doing YouTube stuff. So I had that cleaning cloth in there because I had my gun oil on a front pouch up here. I'm jumping the gun. So back pouch right here. What would I use this back pouch for? Well, I'm not an experienced infantryman, but what did I put in here? I cheated, guys. I cheated. I put a t-shirt in. The reason I did that was, you know what, maybe it gets sunny out and I want to make myself a little ninja cover. No, I did that so I can actually make it look good for video, but I would probably have some sort of rain cover in there, maybe snacks, maybe whatever, batteries, I don't know. Whatever else I might need, just a nice back little GP panel back there. Moving to the right kidney pouch. On the back of the right kidney pouch, I have my drone strike device, the comms, the Baofeng. So back here with a big old large antenna, the thought process was have a little communication on me in the sense of my LARPingness. And you know what? I won the LARP airsoft game, guys. I did great. If you're wondering why my hands are bloody, don't ask any questions. So got those combos back here on this back little GP pouch. Got the cheap comms, the drone strikeable comms. Click, click. I click it and like a drone strike, it just and then on the right kidney pouch, this was my water holder. On top of it, we have a zipper that you can get access to and use for holding even more accoutrement. But once you unbuckle that bad boy, 2-liter waters. I like these. I'll get to these in a sec, but I like these a lot. We have some smoke grenades on the outside of the pouch. You know, some civilian smokes because, well, I don't got no military smoke, so they're the next best thing for my LARPing needs. Got 2 of those bad boys. And then to the front right side of the kidney pouch, we have 2 more AR mags. Socks stuffed in there so you can actually get access to them. So then we have the panel that goes over the front of you with some Velcro and then your buckles that it cinches to your body. We got some nice big padded straps for the front, make it nice and comfy. Guys, I like being comfy. So the PTT wire I ran through the back of the panels to keep it out of the way of stuff. I think that's the better idea. On the front of the straps, we have 2 pouches. We have some retention for items, probably some comms. And on the other side, we have 2 more pouches, and this is where I was keeping some gun oil and whatever else you might want to keep on you. It's going to be up to your prerogative. Gun guy term. Have fun. So that's essentially the rig in a nutshell of all the pockets. So I did mention the 2 liters. Now the 2 liters I think are really cool, and I think they're kind of slept on. Mainly being is that you get, if I have 2 of these water bottles on me, I have 4 liters of water. Wow, math is crazy. I can't believe I still failed Algebra 2 in high school. And I like having more water on me, especially when you live in a desert, because dying of dehydration sounds rather not fun. So I like them. They did a great job at the course. I had 2 liters of water on me as opposed to, say, just 2 American style canteens or, you know, an Nalgene. They fit to the body rather nicely and they make a lot of sense. I think they're cool. I think they're neat. The rig itself wears very comfortably. I've never really had too much issue. The only thing I can not like is if you're going for a bit, you're gonna get a lot of heat in the midsection where I wear it. Wherever it flaps over and closes on you, that's something I don't like. Another thing I don't like is when I do actually have it on, getting access to, say, the rear of the kidney pouch patches. Well, say that 5 times fast. Rear of the kidney pouches. Rear of the kidney pouches. Big kidney pouch, rear of the pouch. Oh, I missed one. On the back of the left one, we have a little slot insert. It's double stacked, so you can put skinny stuff back there. Back to what I don't like is on the kidney pouches to the rear and on the sides, maybe even get into it in general, I'm a little bit wider now from my years of weightlifting. If I don't lift this, I'm gay and my family dies. So getting around to the side of stuff, I have a little bit of trickiness with. You gotta think, when they design and make these rigs, typically your South African soldier is gonna be like a skinny white boy or a skinny black dude. And so they can swim around in their rigs a lot easier. It would be rare you're gonna be having big bodybuilder or just big American frames wearing kit like this. So that one's on me. It's not anything bad on the kit, it's just a personal preference issue. But overall, I do like the kit. It's one of my favorite pieces of kit. So yet again, a big thank you to Misty Mountain Supply for sending this over as a gift to show off to you guys. So a big thank you to him. And you know, it's a really cool little piece of military history because I remember stumbling upon some photos during my research. I believe they even pop up today because I saw some South African soldiers with the more modern camo. They had like a hydration bladder on and they had the Neimoller style webbing, I think even with a 3-2 battalion camo. So really cool and really interesting. This scratch is just my my gear itch for, you know, managerial outcomes, and I have to show it off to you guys because this is what I am. I'm just a big old nerd. Go figure, right? So a cool thing about this rig is that it is very fashionable. You know what else is fashionable? Americana Pipe Dream Apparel. Big thank you to those guys for being a sponsor of the second channel. Now, we also have to thank Optics Planet as well, but on Americana Pipe Dream side, go get yourself some sweet milsurp accoutrement and clothing. Dress to impress, drip or drown is the name of the game. Wow, Americana Pipe Dream Apparel. I love those Zoomers very much. Big thank you to those guys. Link for them in the description down below. Also, go check out Optics Planet. They're the optics sponsor of the channel. They send me a lot of stuff, which really helps out so I can show off to you guys. I believe code admin7 for 7% off the entire store. Thanks, Optics Planet. Wow, what a segue. This guy's a pro. This guy's a pro. Click, click. I click it and like a drone strike. It's just, oh.